What's up, everybody? So in the last video we said we'd do one whole bit just on car cruise car show footage, and this is where we're at. Relax in the Park pre-party. This was an awesome show. We're gonna go through and show you some of the really cool stuff, and if you don't want to be here,
bye, sweetie. Alright, see ya.
Go ahead and skip ahead to the next video, and we'll get right back to the techie tech stuff that I know you guys love. So now we're gonna hop in the Nova, go for a little cruise, listen to a tune, and if you're tired of that and you want to jump straight to content, here's the annotation. Go to this time and we'll catch you all up with the Q&A. Alright. Thanks for sticking around, and I appreciate you coming to this cruise with me. This is a show put on by Jason Barbaglia, first year, called Relax in the Park. This is his truck that they call Teal Short, and I gotta say, props to everybody that worked at this show. They did an excellent job, no drama, great time. It's a little hot out, but everybody was happy, hydrated, and well fed. Couldn't have asked for anything else. There's a lot of really cool, diverse content at this show that you don't normally see. Not very cliquey, a lot of good groups of people. Everything was just really relaxed. So let's jump into this Q&A while you guys check out some of the cool cars we've been hanging out with. Number one on the list is, what do you listen to in the garage? And let me say, I'll be the first to tell you that I don't really listen to music. I put it on as background noise, something to keep distraction and maybe keep my tinnitus at bay, but overall, nothing too crazy. Currently got Pandora rocking out there on iMonster Radio. It's really like some upscale, classy, elevator music per se. Goodness, I love that truck. Best fabrication work I've seen in a long time. Next question was, tell me about your lift. Nice unit, seems sturdy, and I gotta say, yes it is. It is a Danmar D10 ACX, which is a asymmetrical, extra wide, 2-post, 10,000 pound rating. It's about 145 inches tall. Got some tech specs pulled up here. 112 inches between the columns, which is excellent. Gives you plenty of room to open the door, and most of your standard vehicles for comparison are about 80 inches wide, and a max would be like a full-size sedan, or maybe 102 wide if you had some big trucks with aftermarket equipment and other details. So No problems. This thing is lifted every bit of 9,000 pounds on a crew cab dually, loaded out, and had no problem. Comes down pretty fast with the extra weight on it, but no problem lifting it and keeping it stable. Very happy with this lift. Picked up this one about 5 years ago for $21.50 shipped to a dock. Went and picked it up on trailer, put it up myself. No big deal. I'll put a link in the description if you want to know more about this lift, but one thing that is hard to find but cool to know, this Danmar line is actually Gen 1 BenPack design. So it's very good, high quality equipment. What happened was when BenPack decided to come out with a version 2, they rebranded, and the son of the original BenPack creator runs the Danmar line. They're all made overseas, and then they package them up with that design, ship them over for distribution in the US. Not a bad way to go. Next question is about the Eastwood rust encapsulator. They want to know if it acts as a primer also, or if you can spray it on bare metal, and the answer to both of those is yes. You can spray it on bare metal. I would highly recommend you prep the surface by rubbing it with some alcohol or some paint prep solution, and let that dry completely, scuff it, wipe it down again, and then spray it. That's what I did on the inside of the wheel tubs. Even did a scratch test and sprayed over some less than prepped metal, and it's holding on very well so far. Went ahead, thought it was alright, so we threw some undercoating on top of that. We'll check in on it in maybe a year or so if somebody reminds me. Next question, still paint and body, is does the seam sealer harden? And I will say technically no, but long answer, yes. This goes on very liquid and sticky, and then it does solidify 99% of the way. It still stays flexible enough to where the paint will shift. It shouldn't pop loose. Much better than the stuff that they put on in 64. Do you guys like these Brodozers or not? Man, that is sweet. There goes that V8 Volkswagen. Next question, is the rear end height adjustable? And yes, it is. There's 2 jack screws with 3/4 inch socket tops, and you can spin those around and set the ride height and preload with that. We'll go way more into some tuning and other adjustments as we get a little farther along in the build. Maybe some autocross prep and training. We'll see how that really works out. Last question from Fred's Garage is, I can't wait to hear about the new motor and front suspension work, and me neither. I'm really excited to see how that front end is going to perform, actually the entire vehicle, to be honest with you. I'm a little new to all the autocross and road race type of things, but we're going to learn together, and that's what this channel is about. Motor specs have kind of changed, gone back and forth with some things a little bit. Actually taking this block out next Tuesday to get all the specs lined out, and I'll make a separate video just for that. Next question is, why the regular G-Comp and not the Unser version? There's 2 answers to that. 1 is cost, and 2 is streetability. Here's Greg in the wagon doing some hood rat stuff. Not bad for an LT1 car. Now, Ben's big block knows how to get down, but he's only going to give us a little teaser today. So here we're at this car cruise put on by Jason Smith and the Twisted Rods Car Club. Appreciate you guys for organizing this. It was a great time, even if we couldn't take the route that we intended. So we're going to move on from our second to third stop, do a little cruising, hit the road, and get this party rolling. This pair of trucks here were pretty cool. Met them at the first stop. The blue and white Ford in the background had a little bit of overheating issue, but as car guys do together, we jumped right on it and made sure that he didn't fall out of the pack. Here's Scrappy's truck. He's the leader of the car cruise. There's Slash behind us. Rolling through maybe a less than savory area, but nobody got hurt, no harm, no foul. Maybe Scrappy won't drive us through the ghetto next time. Who knows? Moving right along, a little detour from the car cruise. We made our own last stop, Greg and I, at Jeremy's dad's show, Rods and Ribs. Jeremy's actually got the front left fender of the Nova right now, fixing a little rust repair in trade for some AC work. Thank you very much for the help. Last question in the Q&A is what happened to the timer in the wheel tub build? And that's 100% my bad. I had a lot of back and forth where I could only work on it for maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes at a time, and then I'd get a few hours done in a row and then jump back to only little bits of time, and it was very difficult to track, so I lost track of that one. I have a new system in place. The car is actually coming apart right now. I have the new Speedway front end on, and we've got a better timer system in place. I have one more video to edit, which is prepping for the swap, and then we're going to get into the edit for how to do the swap. You guys in the Facebook group wanted to see a how-to front-end swap video, so that's what we're bringing you. I'm going to hit a little bit of tape on this and get some music going. You guys check out these cars, and then we'll catch you for the outro. So the show's winding down now. Most people have already headed out. And one cool thing I wanted to point out with this clip is if you look inside of the building behind this red car, there is a legit train car on display. It is amazing. Well, that day was a wonderful day for car activities. It is nice, 70-some degrees outside, driving down this back country road in the shade with the canopy tops. That's all I've got for you on this video. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you like this Q&A style of content, leave a bunch of comments down below, questions, whatever you got, and we'll get you squared away as soon as possible. I'm going to get back to work on the Nova right now, try and get another video edited this month, and then shoot for the how-to video to launch near the end of the month or the beginning of September. Thanks for hanging in there. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bell for notifications, and we will see you next time.